Today at this Financial and FinTech conference, we focused on what Leeds can learn for other financial centers in Singapore, in some US FinTech hubs, and we really try to bring together the regional stakeholders from academia, from regulators, policymakers. So we were delighted that there's been so much openness to have a dialogue and try to point out what are the key elements of success.
Well, this conference is very relevant because many jurisdictions have been asking for a couple of years what to do to boost the fintech ecosystem. So it's a very timely question on how regulators should address innovation and technology development in financial services to take advantage of their benefits, but at the same time to make it sustainable and to protect financial consumers.
Sometimes we forget about cities and how to develop the fintech ecosystem, not in big cities like London, for example, but in Leeds. So that's why this idea of secondary fintech hubs is incredibly important. I've learned a lot about how to develop these secondary fintech hubs, and also I've learned a lot from my fellow panelists about monetary policy, about anti-money laundering, and about many other exciting topics that have been covered here.
It may very well be that central bank digital currencies are a way for the government to say, this is an attractive model for us because if people are depositing more or less directly with the central banks, more information can be acquired about people. This maybe has positive benefits in terms of anti-money laundering. It may have negative benefits for liberties. So I think there's a fracture coming up in the future between the central banks and the commercial banks. I think technology's playing a big role in it. I'm not sure which way it's going to go.
We are now seen as second after London. I think the important thing is how to make that not just be a local, national thing, how to be seen globally. And conferences like this bring other parts of the world together, the US, Singapore, etc., help bridge some of those gaps between us being seen as something important nationally, but actually truly globally. And I think that's part of what the agenda is about. How does every region of this country be important in a global context, not just in a national one?
So this conference has been a first and a really important step in terms of creating a very lively and active financial and fintech hub here in Leeds. And I think in that respect, the conference was a huge success.